What up, guys? It's your boy, Fanaka Mamba. We're back again with another trading recap. Yeah, you heard me right, guys, with another trading recap. So make sure, guys, that you subscribe, you click on the like button, and you share with your friends at home because you know what, man, you don't want to be eating this information alone. So make sure that you share this information at home with your friends, and then you drop a comment as to what you think about this video. So yesterday, guys, it was one of those days, the good days, we ate, caught about like 530 pips. Yeah, like 530 pips on US States. So basically, guys, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through the whole process of how do I go about analyzing. Unfortunately, I couldn't record yesterday, so my apologies about that. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. So you can see, guys, that here we have the high. This is the high that we have, and then you can see that here we have the low. And then the market, you can see that the market is just ranging in between what? In between this high and this low here on what? On USDT. So let me just make my screen a bit big so that it can be a little bit more clear. So now, let me just get this. So now, guys, you can see that we have this area here, this area at the top, and then we have this area at the bottom. And now we are looking for this area here. You can see that price respected this area here. You can see that the price did respect this key area here. And then in the middle, you can see that we have this area in the middle here. And then we also have this area here, which was respected by price. Yesterday, to trade US30, it was a little bit more complicated yesterday. I'm going to show you why, based on the way I trade myself. I'm going to show you why, guys, I'm saying it was a bit complicated. So we also have this area here, market structure. As you can see, that we have this push to the upside, came back for a retest, and then we put to the upside. We didn't come back to test this area, so possibly we could come test these areas before continuing to the upside if the structure is now developing to the upside. So now let me just rush into my 5-minute time frame. So on my 5-minute time frame, guys, this is where I draw my zones. On my 5-minute time frame, this is where I draw my zones. So now I can just take these zones here. So I'm just going to take this candlestick because I feel like it's the most preferable one. Here you can see that I just took this body of the body of this candlestick, and then I can just clearly remove this one now. And then let me just zoom out a bit again. So here I can take this body of this candlestick as well. I can clearly see that is the most favorite one. The body of this candlestick, as you can see, I just took the body of this candlestick. If you can see where I put my crosshair, I put my body. You can see that even if I just take the rectangular, if I just take it back, you can see that this is a nice level of what? Of resistance. So now, looking at this area, guys, this is where it gets so confusing, guys. This is where it gets so confusing. We have two key areas here. We have two key areas, guys, here. We have this area, and then we have this area, and then we have this area here. So, guys, in this type of scenario, for me, let me just okay, guys, let me just finish drawing my area so that I can explain as to why I called my cells yesterday. Let me just put it here as well. Just here. So you can see that even here we broke, came back for the test, pushed to the downside, broke. We couldn't break below, came back, pushed to the downside. Because excuse me about that. Sorry about that, guys. You can also put it somewhere here if you like. You can also still put it somewhere here. But the thing that I don't like is that now they are too close from each other. They are too close from each other. So this one I can just change it and make it another color so that it doesn't really disturb me, because I can see that this is just a market structure, just a minor key area here. And then again, we do have this one, which is also close to the structure. So that's why I was like, no, I don't like to put this one closed. So yeah, let me just remove this one. So guys, when I have this type of scenario whereby I have to pick between the candlesticks wicks or the candlestick body, I most will prefer the candlestick body, but sometimes I do pick the candlestick wick as well. candlestick wicks as well. So guys, you can see that now, what is that we have, guys, here? We have to focus on the current price now. Where is the current price? This is where the current price is, guys. This is where the current price is. We have to understand what is happening here. So for us to find our buys and our sells. So now we can see, guys, that we have what? We have this key area here, just a minor key area, small. And then again, guys, we do have this key area here. We can see that we do have this key area here. And then again, guys, we have this key area here. So these guys, let me just zoom in. So this guys is it was the confusing part for me, because now we managed to do break below this key area here, but we couldn't break below this one. You feel what I'm saying? We did break below this key area here. You can see that we broke below. This is just 20 past. So let me just click on the play button. You can see this is 25 past. If you can see this candlestick, guys, you're gonna see that we did manage to break below this key area here. This key area here, guys, we did manage to break below this area here. This area here, you can see that we did manage to break below this area here, guys. This is so nice, guys. This is so nice, because now it becomes even educational. You can see, guys, let me just remove this so that you don't get to have like to be disturbed. So now, guys, you can see that we didn't break below this area here. As I was telling you, we didn't break below this area, but we did break below this area here. So I did see that, okay, we can still get a bit of a retest maybe of this area and then come test these areas, but we might not sustain because of we couldn't break below this area. If we could have broken below this area, then that's when I would have said there is a bit of chances for US30 to continue shooting to the downside. Why is that? Because of, I can see that we did break this this level of support. So because of we couldn't break below this level of support, I actually knew. That's why we entered this area. We closed our position somewhere here when it hits our TP. We're like, okay, let's close. Let me just go to my 1 minute time frame. To my 1 minute time frame so that you can clearly see. Yeah, so on our 1 minute time frame, guys, you're gonna see that's where it was even more clear and nice. So we got this we got this retested these areas. I think we entered somewhere here. I think, yeah, we did enter somewhere here. We did enter somewhere here because, like, you know, when the candlestick opens, guys, at 3:30, the momentum was high. So we caught this trade somewhere here at this top, and then we're in a bit of a drawdown, but then eventually price just went in our direction. Like, it went in our direction, guys. It went in our direction. I think we did close somewhere here below these areas here. Yeah, this is where we close, guys, somewhere here. Yeah, we closed somewhere here. I told my student to close somewhere here. We caught about 500 and something pips on this position, just this position alone. Yeah, 530 pips. I did say that 530 pips somewhere there, but we caught about 530 pips, and then it just did what? It reversed. Why it reversed, guys? As I was telling you, why it did reverse. The reason it reversed, guys, is because of, you see that we couldn't break below what this level of support. So the reason for me to call this sell was because of, I knew that if I called a buy here, guys, and then the price comes this low, we weren't gonna be able to survive this rejection or this fake out. Because yesterday it wasn't like we were trading the actual move, but we were trading what? We're trading this fake out. So I knew that we wouldn't be survived. Better we take this fake out of like 500 and something pips, and then we're out of this position. So what happened is that price continued to shoot to the upside. It did shoot to the upside, but eventually it went to the downside as well. Came back to the downside as well eventually. So you can see that at 3:30, actually it was a buy at 3:30, and then we came to this resistance, couldn't break above, and then we shot all the way to the downside. So looking at nasdaq, guys, we know that I don't trade with nasdaq, so I really don't have much know what happened actually yesterday, because I didn't really look at it. But by just looking at analyzing it fast, so that you can see, we have this K area, we have these highs here, and then you can see that we have this middle area here, which was respected by price, and then we have these lows here, And then again, we have these highs here, higher lows. And again, we have these previous high lows again. So now you can see, guys, that on 15-minute time frame, it was so clear for NASDAQ. You can see that I can also put this area here. I can also put this area here. You can see that price did respect these areas. And if you can see here, guys, there were a lot of struggle before price broke below. So you can see, guys. So now let's just go to my 5-minute time frame. So on my 5-minute time frame, guys, you can see that we have this area here. We have this area here. So now I'm just basically going to draw my key areas. I'm just going to be a little bit rough, guys, with this one. I'm just going to be a little bit rough with this one. Okay, here I'm just going to take this one, and then I'm just going to have to remove this one. And then, yeah, remove this one as well. Remove this one as well. So, guys, on NASDAQ, you can see that we have this area here on 5 minutes as well. Other than that, you can see that, guys, we're in the middle of nowhere. I would have only taken this position of NASDAQ if we were maybe to come, maybe with a retest of these areas, then I'll take this position to the downside. But now, because we've started to make these lower lows and lower highs, and then hence that even the bigger structure is making lower lows, couldn't break these previous lower highs, and then now we might be looking for a continuation to the downside. So now, if we do break, probably maybe we break like this. I know we're not going to come back forward for a retest. I know NASDAQ not going to come back for a retest and then continue to the downside. This is the less probable setup to happen because of, like, you know, like when it's past 3, especially the momentum is too high, you can just find that break and continuation to the downside like that. So what happened on NASDAQ, this is like 25 pass, and then you see that 25 pass, this kind of stick did come for a retest. If I can just, I did say that I'm gonna be a little bit more and not accurate, but if I can just be accurate, guys, drawing from candlestick board, you can see that we did get our retest that I was looking at for. Let me just remove this. And then this again. You can see that we did get this retest, and then it shot all the way to the downside. So this is basically, guys, how our recap went, but I didn't call this trade on NASDAQ, but I called this trade on US30. We made a lot of money on this position, just this position alone. So thank you so much, guys, for staying and tuning in. It's me, your boy, Falake Mamba. I'm out of the building. Let there be peace in the Middle East. Let our brothers and sisters be safe.